soul number 2. Your governing soul number is the number energy that dominates your life. It's about you living a happy life and growing with ease. As you work through the information on governing soul number 2, you'll be given the opportunity for pause and for contemplation. So each time a new piece of understanding is given, it will be followed by some insightful contemplation questions. You may choose to follow through the presentation from start to finish and then return to the contemplation questions, or you may choose to pause at each contemplation slide and spend time on your journaling. The energy of the number 2 is respect and belonging, which as you feel you belong, changes to awareness and humility. So just to repeat that, the energy of the number 2 is respect and belonging, which as you feel you belong, changes to awareness and humility. The contemplation. If number 2 is your governing soul number, journal your first impression of this energy. Do you see this in your life? Are you living the energy of your governing soul number 2? Could you be happier if you did live this way? When you have the governing soul number 2, the internal journey is respecting and loving yourself. The internal journey is respecting and loving yourself. The contemplation then, ask yourself, is this internal journey what is happening inside of you? Do you feel that you maybe used to live this way? What happened along the way? When did you lose touch with this? If the internal journey for our loving number 2s is respecting and loving self, how might this play out in the external journey? The external journey is managing your desire to belong so that you can share awareness and perception. It's interesting, isn't it, that for governing soul number 2, your desire to belong gets in the way of your self-love. That's quite a balancing act, isn't it? Loving yourself more than pleasing others. And the contemplation then, does this external journey ring true? Have you ever experienced this in your life? Do you feel it's possible to experience this in your life? What would your life look like? For governing soul number 2s, your internal journey is respecting and loving yourself. Your external journey is managing your desire to belong, so that you can share perception and awareness. Here's a fuller look at your life's journey. With the governing soul number 2, your life's journey is to respect and love yourself, keep your sense of self, to share your awareness and perception, and awaken to your gifts. The contemplation then, living this life journey equals happiness. Is there anything you could do in your life? Anything you could add to your life? Or anything you could let go of that would make it more possible to experience this life journey? This is quite a journey for governing soul number 2. The words that jump out to me are respecting and loving self, awareness, and sharing. Let's take a look at what you believe about yourself, what you believe in a positive, affirming way, and what you believe in a negative and limiting way. The affirming belief for governing soul number 2 is I am important and significant. This is a big part of who you are. This is a big part of what you know about yourself. A belief is something you hold to be true at both a conscious and a subconscious level, and affirming beliefs generate powerful and positive emotions. The contemplation then is take a moment to jot down your first response, your first impression of this affirming belief. Does it feel true for you? And what might your life be like if you could accept that this is true about you? If you could accept, I am important and significant. The tool. Affirmations are very powerful tools. All words are containers of energy, and these words describe you at a primal level. Use this affirmation to remind you of your instinctual energy. So a screensaver, a card next to your bed, a dry erase pen on a bathroom mirror. I've even seen a laminated sheet of paper in the shower in the morning. Just find a way to use this affirmation and remind yourself. The limiting belief for the governing soul number 2 is I believe that I don't matter and I am unworthy. Limiting beliefs are generally created in childhood by your experiences. It's a belief, not a fact. And although limiting beliefs feel very, very real, they are not necessarily true. They are feelings that are created by life experience, and then they become automatic responses to things that happen. For example, there's so many childhood life experiences that could have created the belief, I believe that I don't matter and I'm unworthy. Households with abuse, maybe households with money issues, maybe things that were happening in families and friends. So many scenarios. The thing is, you responded to your childhood experiences this way. So this is about you and your response, not about the external situation. This is your reaction. So now you have a belief that is limiting and is holding you back. But the tricky thing about beliefs is that you also spend a lot of time subconsciously gathering proof as to why this limiting belief is true. When faced with a situation, for example, a relationship breakup, your automatic response is I believe that I don't matter and I am unworthy. As we continue further into the numbers, you will see that the automatic negative response for the other governing soul numbers is different. They have different limiting beliefs, but it's an equally automatic response to the same situation, just a different limiting belief. That's why limiting beliefs are about you and your response, not about external situations. The contemplation then, journal about how this may have started and how this limiting belief is still impacting your life now. What would the impact be on your happiness if you started to understand that this limiting belief may not be totally true? And how could you change your response to the things that are happening in your life now? And the tool, your affirmation is I am important and significant. When reading or saying this affirmation, consciously understand that it is reprogramming your limiting belief. And beliefs are tricky, aren't they? Your affirming belief is something you know about yourself at a deep subconscious level. As a governing soul number 2, you believe that you are important and significant. You are an aware person. You bring in new understandings. But your limiting belief is created by you and by the way you respond to your life experiences, and it started in childhood. The limiting belief for governing soul number 2 is all around believing that you don't matter and you are unworthy. But your affirming belief acts as the antidote to your limiting belief. Your governing soul number defines both your light and your dark characteristics. These characteristics impact how you feel, what you think about, and also how you behave. Let's take a look at the light and positive characteristics of the governing soul number 2. This is fun. You really are this special and important. The first light characteristic is self-love. The second is you are important and significant. You easily connect with others. You respect yourself and others, and you give and receive love. You're reliable. You have a strong sense of self. You're humble. You can share awareness, and you bring in new understandings. The contemplation then. Which of these characteristics really feel like you and are part of your life? Which ones are you not sure about? Why do you think you may not be connecting to these ones? How would your happiness be affected if they were part of what you knew about yourself? And the tool? What can you do to remind yourself about this light that burns in you? Remember to read these light characteristics every day, and then why not pick one to focus on each day? This lecture is about the Tao and soul numbers. The definitions of the numbers, including affirmations, the limiting beliefs, the light characteristics, and the dark characteristics. These are all based on the fundamental nature of the universe, on the Tao, which, as you remember, means your path or life's journey. And no life journey would be complete without opportunities for personal growth, for energy expansion, for soul evolution. But here's the thing. Growth comes because you face difficulties and then choose to be better. Growth comes from hardship, and growth comes from doing things differently. First, though, you need to understand a little about your dark characteristics, those things that repeatedly crop up that lead to negative thoughts, lousy feelings, and undesirable outcomes. Here are the dark characteristics for governing soul number 2. Characteristics that you exhibit some of the time or all of the time, and outcomes that are sometimes part of your life or always there. So, unhappy and gloomy, experiencing negative feelings, losing self in relationships, feel unimportant, don't share spiritual understandings, and feel unworthy. The contemplation then. Which of these dark characteristics really feel like they may be part of your life? Which ones used to be true but are not anymore? Why do you think you may have left these ones behind? And how would your happiness be affected if you could recognize these dark characteristics more quickly and make a different choice? The tool then Stay focused on your affirmation and light characteristics. Stay focused on I am important and significant. Remembering this great stuff about yourself changes the focus from what is going wrong to what is great about you. This is what we've learned so far about governing soul number 2, the energy, life's journey, affirming belief, also your limiting belief, the light and positive characteristics, and the dark and negative characteristics to choose away from. Next, we'll get in the what to do or action part of governing soul number 2. These are concrete action steps that you can take to live a more authentic life. Respect and love yourself. Create meaningful relationships. Keep your sense of self. Embrace your spiritual depth. Share with humility and awaken to the gift of new understandings. The contemplation. Look at each of the action points and journal about whether this energy is already in your life, whether you need more of this, whether things used to be this way, but they just aren't anymore. This understanding leads to ways to bring the energy into your life. And the tool? As I mentioned closer to the beginning, I hope that this study of the Tao and soul numbers is not only theoretical, but also practical, stimulating your thoughts and inspirations based on your date of birth is a huge part of this. I also hope that the self-awareness that you are gaining will contribute to your happiness. Here is a practical way to integrate this deep self-study into concrete life action. Make 2 lists based on the action points. The first list, action that you can take right here and right now to live in the light of your governing soul number 2. And plans that you can make for the future to bring more of this energy into your life and be in your light. I hope that these will become concrete actionable points for you, things that you can do to get on with creating more happiness for yourself. Each governing soul number also has bonus energy sources. These are energy sources that have the same energy vibration as governing soul number 2. The color is pink. Every color has a wavelength and therefore a specific energy vibration. Darker colors have a softer energy, and lighter colors vibrate at a higher level. Colors can be used in a variety of ways, such as clothing, jewelry, and artifacts to boost energy. With the governing soul number 2, wear pink as it represents all forms of love as well as connection to earth energy. Pink facilitates compassion and tolerance. The gemstone, rose quartz. Gemstones are a gift from the earth, and each has a distinct energy vibration that harmonizes with the natural energy flow of your governing soul number 2. Carry rose quartz as it stimulates unconditional love. Rose quartz heals emotional wounds. The essential oil, juniper berry. Essential oils are a gift from plants, and each has a distinct energy vibration that matches governing soul number 2. Essential oils can be used in a diffuser or a spritzer bottle, combined with filtered water and just sprayed around, or a few drops placed on a porous material such as a tissue. Essential oils are amazing as they promote well-being. So with the Governing Soul number 2, use juniper berry to enhance self-love. Juniper berry helps with positive interactions with others. The animal is the ox or the buffalo. The animal instinct gives you insights into your own behavior. Study of the animal provides clues that will help you gain deeper understanding of your own instinctual nature. The animal for Governing Soul number 2 is the ox or the buffalo. Oxen and buffalo are powerful, protective, determined, and resolute. They value commitment, and they have an air of nobility. Well, that's it for Governing Soul number 2. Isn't the journey into self-awareness exciting? Keep adding to your contemplations, keep adding insights, keep growing and understanding yourself.